Alright, what's up guys, this is episode 2. So, about 7 months later, my fiance was already born. She must have been maybe 2 months old, maybe 3. It was 7 or 8 months later. And one night, her parents put her to bed. She just got to sleep. They go lay down, and all of a sudden they hear this noise. And if you missed episode 1, basically, one night, her parents were watching TV when all of a sudden, this weird, dragging on the floor, they heard. And when I asked them to describe it to me, they said, have you ever seen, you're a fan of Resident Evil, right? And I'm like, yeah. I said, do you remember the first one? And I'm like, oh yeah. So basically in Resident Evil 1, the movie, there's a scene somewhere in the beginning of the movie where you see this zombie dragging his foot. And that's what it sounded like. So, they heard it again, but this time instead of it, obviously in the living room, it's right next to the hallway where their door would be. So they go out there, there's nothing. Then they hear it again, it's kind of farther away. So they're like, huh, weird. And they actually asked me, they said, what would that be? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what would that be for, what type of haunting? I'm like, that would probably be, it could be residual, but it would be happening all the time then, basically. But it could be intelligent, getting your attention. And they're like, oh yeah, it got our attention. And I was like, yeah, usually if it happens every now and then it's usually intelligent. Because a residual is basically like a tape recorder being rewound and played again and keeping that going. That's basically what it is, residual haunting. And so 2 years go by, and I said that I want the first 3 episodes to be just their experiences. 2 years go by, and it happened again. And this time they said this was the scariest one of them all. So there were, and then obviously my fiance, she would have been obviously 2, so this would have been 1998, maybe early part of 99. She was born in September of 96, and I was born in August of 96. And one night they heard the dragging again, and they were like, huh, we haven't heard that in a long time. And so I asked them, I'm like, what made it so scary? So they go to where it is, and then it goes to the next one. But this time, while it's they hear these dragging sounds coming from the room where they were just in. There's also a dragging sound coming right next to them. I'm like, oh, well, that obviously that would be scary. So they get scared, obviously, as any normal person would. And now I've told them since then, since I've known them, and I said that from now on, if you ever have experience, just say, we hear you, but you're scaring us. Could you leave us alone? And that usually works. There's been some times where it doesn't work. Obviously, that terrifies me. But when it's coming next to them, all of a sudden, they hear the same dragging sound that they heard in the other room, now also coming next to them. And I'm like, oh boy. And they said, yeah, it terrified us. And then, weirdly, they never had that experience ever again. Happened 3 separate times, but that was it. They never had it anywhere else at any time. So next episode, I'm going to discuss, because they lived at that house for 12 years. And so far, between 1996 and 1998, it's pretty. So then I'm going to discuss, I'm going to go 3 years into the future, about 2001, next episode. That is it. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.